Welcome to Story Time with Sunshine Lutey. Hi, I'm Sunshine Lutey, and I have a true story to tell you today. The title of the story is I'm Looking for a Hopeful Tomorrow. On March 23rd, 2020, when I started this story, the count of people in Orange County with the coronavirus was 93. Today, on April 8th, 2020, the count is 1,018. We know the number will rise as more people are tested and more people fall ill. The story I'm going to tell you seems extremely trivial by comparison, but at the time, it raised my normal blood pressure of 110 to 145 for almost 2 weeks. Let me tell you how it started. My husband and I created a musical group in 2007. We started with a nucleus of 8 people, 8 entertainers who wanted to make a difference in the world by performing music for the community and for charity. As the group grew, I attempted to solicit help from the members for the administrative tasks, but the members were only interested in performing. The group performed together without conflict for 12 years. We produced 24 major shows with sometimes as many as 120 entertainers. 12 days after the 24th show, one member of the group invited me to her home. As we drank coffee together, she told me that some of the members were unhappy and they wanted to be involved in the administration of the musical group. I had always hoped that people would help, to find people to help. I suggested that we arrange a meeting to discuss the desired changes. 3 days later, 7 people, including one person who wasn't even a member of the group, met. The meeting was extremely difficult for me. Why? Well, there were some very harsh and negative comments. I tried to remain calm and asked for ideas. The first idea was to create a board to make all the decisions. There were 2 vacant positions, secretary and treasurer. We needed to fill these positions if we were going to have a board. No one at the meeting would commit to either position. Since we could make no progress in finding a board, I asked for other suggestions. As a result, we formed 3 committees. 1, find participants for the weekly shows. 2, plan the community shows. And 3, publicize the community shows. 3 members of the meeting offered to head these committees. I wrote a memo to the group members and shared the results of the meeting. I requested volunteers for the 2 open board positions and volunteers to help with the 3 established committees. I would have been thrilled if we had a team to help with all the administrative and planning tasks, but this didn't really happen. Within 30 days, the committee had to find participants for the weekly shows quit, and the committee had to plan the community shows quit. I called the committee head for publicizing the community shows, and he suggested, Sunshine, you do a good job of publicizing our shows. Why don't you just continue to do what you're doing? This series of events prompted me to write a limerick titled The Leader. There once was a leader with skill who climbed an incredibly long hill. She brought people along. They shared joy and song. They performed together still. There was a period when things were tough. Complaints, accusations enough to drown all the goodwill. But the leader, patient and still, found the means to smooth edges so rough. Some good suggestions made by the group, well-intentioned, but leader had to regroup. It was back to the same. All tasks remain with the leader who started the group. With no committee heads and no boards, all of the administrative tasks fell back on my plate. I continued to plan for the 3 Community 2020 shows. In the meantime, 2 members expanded the group's activities. They scheduled weekly rehearsals for the performers and started a monthly karaoke event. One of these members contacted me with a question. Can we have a small musical show in March? I was already planning 3 musical shows. I answered, I'm sorry, my hands are full. The response was surprising. I'll do all the work. I listed all the tasks required to create a successful show and shared it. It took time to provide guidance, but I was very happy. Now there is one other person in the group who has some knowledge of the required steps to produce a show. Then the pandemic hit. In March, the Adult Day Services facility closed its doors, so our weekly shows were over. With the closure of all the village clubhouses, we canceled the March and the April shows. We haven't canceled the July and October community shows yet. We can always hope that we will share the joy of music with audiences in the near future. In the meantime, people can watch the YouTube videos of our past shows. There's 24 of them out there on our website. And people can also view the stories that I've been telling, which are on the website as well. Like everyone else, all over the world, I say passionately, I'm looking for a hopeful tomorrow